Well, g'day. I just thought I'd do another early morning rant today because it's another work day. I'm working all day, so I just wanted to get a few things out there that I wanted to discuss. It's about our health and vitality and how you can suffer from extremely good health by following a few basic steps, a few basic rules, and do your research. Don't just jump into this without doing some research. Like the first one I read up about many years back that inspired me, Professor Arnold Ehret. Now, if you can find his little books about the mucusless diet healing system, that is, to me, an awesome guideline as to finding superior health and vitality. And you'll also save a lot of money on food because he teaches about fasting, the proper way to go about it, and there's no 100% right way for anybody to go about it. It's all different. They're all full of toxins, and basically when you start fasting, your body starts to eliminate the toxins and you will get sick. It's what's known as the healing crisis. And the general rule is you have to get worse in order to get better. Now, we're all chronically ill in some degree, even though we don't know it, but we're all heading towards it, mostly speaking anyway. And every time we take drugs or pills or any sort of chemicals, most of our food has got chemicals in it, the body has a very good coping mechanism for that, and generally it will store them away. And the safest storage houses our bodies create are fat cells. So the more fat you're carrying on your body, whether it be on your butt or your gut or wherever you're fat, it's basically a safety storehouse full of toxins. So when you start eliminating them, you're going to pay the price. Now, there is a saying that for every 7 years, I'll do the same. For every 7 years, you have to pay back 7 days. So God is very forgiving when it comes to that. And the truth is, our body replaces itself. Every cell in our bodies is always being renewed and replaced. And our entire body replaces all of our cells every 7 years. So pretty much you've only got to pay back 7 years. So a 7-day fast is usually enough to cure everything. But don't do it, especially if you've never done it before. Because as I said, once your body starts releasing these toxins into your bloodstream to release them, you will get very sick. You'll get dizzy spells. It's very, very unpleasant, especially, as I say, if you just jump into it. Now, I've used the analogy of a car before. Now, if you've got a top quality racing car, which is what our bodies can be analogied to, can't always feel the words on my feet, even though I'm on my butt. So, yeah, if you've been running this top quality V8 engine on diesel sludge all its life, it's going to get a build-up of a heap of crap. So if you start putting the superfood in, which is basically raw, freshly juiced vegetables or fruits, and I'll give you the recipe for the best vegetable juice for healing. Once you start doing that, your body is like putting super fuel into your car without cleaning out all the sludge. And now the car, even though it wants that good quality fuel, it's going to get overheated, it's going to run terribly, you'll get even sicker without doing a proper thorough cleansing first. So the idea of diet and healing diets and going through the healing crisis is to cleanse. Cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. Detox, detox, detox. So even if you've got to take enemas, that can be very helpful. My sister's a colonic hydrotherapist, actually, and that's what she does for a living, helps flush people out. And, you've got to be careful doing that too. You've got to be done properly. And make sure then you re-supplement with the right things like probiotics. I always try and go dairy-free myself. Now, Professor Ehret teaches that mucus-causing foods are the number one cause of disease. Back in the early 1900s, he was curing people, fully curing people of incurable diseases that the doctors had given up on them for. They couldn't do anything about it because doctors don't pay much attention to diet. So basically, reduce mucus-forming foods from your diet is the very first thing you've got to start doing. Don't go cold turkey. If you eat dairy and meat all the time, we'll start reducing. Take your time doing it. Take a couple of years even if you have to. But basically, try and cut them out. Now, I did it many years back. I got quite anal about it, really. About anything with dairy in it, couldn't have. Anything with meat, couldn't have. And once you've done that for a few years and cleansed your body, super good. Then it doesn't hurt to go back and have a little bit here and there. It's about what you do on a daily basis. So to come to the cleansing now, one of the best things you can do, like I don't eat a solid meal at all in the morning. Now I have this lovely coffee, and I did describe my recipe, but what I didn't describe is I put 2 big spoons of honey in it. Natural, raw, locally produced honey, full of good sugars and good local natural pollens, so it helps reduce getting hay fever or anything nasty like that, which a lot of people suffer from. So honey is probably one of the best superfoods. We need sugar, fruit sugar, and the one bees produce is just super good. Don't get that crap Capilano or any other ridiculously supermarket full of high fructose corn sugar syrup stuff they sell in supermarkets. Find a local beekeeper to get your honey, or go to a local health food store. So yeah, that's how I get all my energy to get me through to lunchtime, and then usually I'll have a meal at lunch. Not every day, sometimes I don't eat till the evening time. I always do a good bowel movement first thing in the morning. Have my coffee, which is good strong coffee, lots of spices I put in it, various ones which I've researched for myself. You can research for yourself if you wish, for health and vitality. Maca powder, that's a good one. That's what the Peruvians used to use to build those massive stone buildings they built high up in the mountains. Korean ginseng, Siberian ginseng, all the Indian spices, they're all really good for you. Bang lassi, that's a good food. But anyway, you want to be eating to cleanse. That is the biggest purpose of eating food, not to nourish the body. That's a secondary effect of eating good quality, natural, raw foods. But the main thing is that it's cleansing and drawing out toxins. Now, all your green foods, green-leafed vegetables, spirulina, what's the other one? I always forget the names, but all these green foods, superfoods they actually help draw toxins out of your system as well. So make sure you eat plenty of them. And if you put them through a juicer, have a good quality vegetable juice. That's a great investment for your kitchen. The best recipe, this works for all diseases: 1 beetroot, 1 or 2 carrots, an apple, a stick of celery, a handful of parsley, or any other fresh greens you've got. You can even put garlic in it, ginger in it, turmeric in it. Excellent food. Now, if you replace 1 meal a day with that juice alone, you will eliminate disease. Now, I had a friend, she was an online friend, I got to know her. She was from New York, and she helped in the aftermath of 9/11 in the cleanup. And both she and her mother both got serious cancer. The mother did the chemotherapy, she died within a year. This friend of mine, she took my advice and she tried it. She said she's got nothing to lose. So she replaced 2 meals a day with that exact recipe. And before long, as a side effect of it, she began losing heaps of weight because she was a larger woman. And brain and liver cancer started to disappear. The doctors couldn't understand why or how it was working, but they said, look, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. And then they had to put her on these rehydration packs and all the rest because she was losing so much weight so fast that her skin was getting all saggy on her and all the rest, because it's just a side effect of detoxing, is that you get rid of all the fats and toxins your body doesn't want that are nasty. And so here's the biggest trick that the biggest stumbling block is when you are fasting, which eventually you're going to have to do to go through the healing crisis, and you start loosening up all these toxins into your blood, and you really will feel bad, like you're on drugs, or you're unsteady on your feet, you're getting dizzy. The biggest mistake people make is that they then go and eat a meal, a normal traditional meat and veggies meal or something like that. And so what the body is actually doing, it goes back into emergency mode, stops the detox, stops the healing crisis, and goes back into dealing with this sudden new bunch of toxins. And you feel so much better, and so you convince yourself, oh, I was just hungry, that was all that's wrong with me. It's the biggest mistake, and that's what most people come across as their biggest stumbling block, is they don't realise that you've got to go through the pain of the healing crisis to get to superior health and vitality. And then when you just have a simple meal, once you've cleansed your body of a simple, like a bunch of grapes or a good fruit juice, you just feel so alive. So you're jumping out of your skin. You've got all this energy because your body is not wasting all its energy trying to digest toxic food and storing away the nasties until the day comes it reaches a healing crisis, or it kills you. Like cancer tumours, for example, they're a safeguard your body uses to store away nasty toxins, basically, so that they're not spreading all around your body, killing you off really quickly. It's a survival mechanism of the body. And coming along and cutting them out without changing your diet or your lifestyle or anything, well, all of a sudden you've removed that one safe spot that your body had to put away these nasties, and so then it can start to go and loose around your body, and then they'll find another spot, and all of a sudden you can be riddled with cancer. So you don't want to go cutting cancer tumours out. You need them there for a reason, and then when you go through a detox, do it slowly over time. Like regular small fasting is the safest way to go. Replace a meal a day with that super juice or anything that takes your fancy. They'll all work, but that's the best basic recipe. Once you, like, to at least spend 1 day per week of complete fasting. Just drink lots of fresh filtered water, or spring water preferably. Try and avoid bottled water. It's usually just tap water with fluoride in it and everything. If you reverse osmosis filter water, get some good quality salt like the Himalayan pink salt, and put about a teaspoon per litre in. Is it a teaspoon? I don't know. Teaspoon per 10 litres. So you don't need a lot. Put some minerals back into it. That helps with the osmosis in your body. You need salts for the cellular transfer of fluids. And pick a day a week where it suits you to fast. And if you get the opportunity after you've been doing this for a year or so, then when you go on a holiday and you can rest and relax and get out in the sun daily, that's really important, because the sun will draw toxins out from your skin too. Your skin is your largest organ of the body. So when you're fasting, it's really good to get out in the sun, lay in it, and sweat it out. I mean, people use sweat lodges and stuff too. That will all work. And try and do a 7-day fast. It's a real challenge. But once you hit that 3-day mark, you will suddenly realise a energy you've never felt before. It is just super. Your body is drained by digesting all this unnatural toxic food all the time, the mucus forming food. Now another person did a same study, and he concluded the same thing as Professor Errett. He called it acid forming foods. So it's the same thing. If it forms acid, it forms mucus, it causes blockage, like blockage in your sinus, in your lungs, in your gut, in your bowel. You've got to have it all running clear and free and mucus free. and you'll experience nothing but good health and vitality. And then your body can run on superfoods, run super efficiently, and you don't need to eat nearly so much. Spend your money on good quality honey, raw honey, organic. Get good quality spices and herbs. Learn the recipes. I'll be sharing recipes with you over time if you care to join in with me, and may good health be yours.